Right, this is a build I'm just going to start for my normal weekly build at the moment until Greg's ready to start our next project. So I thought myself I'd keep something in the same vein as the Sunday build, which I'll be doing tomorrow. And this is an amphibious. It's called the M29C Weasel. And there it is. The kit number is 2168. And I know there's a little issue around the tracks and the wheels. Evidently, I've watched a little bit of video a month ago or so, and I noticed that he was having trouble and he had trouble fitting the tracks and all. So he might have a problem, I don't know. But anyway, it's like anything else where sometimes when someone else builds it, it goes slightly different. So let's hope it does for me. But if it doesn't, at least I know I'm looking for trouble when I do this part. Anyway, so just to show you, I'm not going to go through the parts because, you know, I'll just show them loosely. Let's have it. There's the decals, photo etch, as you can see. Quite a little bit there for a little kit like this. That's the bit, so that's that bit done. Shows you the size, that's the lower hole parts where all the suspension goes onto. So that's that bit. The main thing about that is the length of the vehicle. It's quite a small one, but it's different, isn't it? That's the thing. There is another version of this. It's one in the Antarctic, I think it is. It had a whole metal frame put around on the roof as well. There is one of these at Bompton, and I will put a photograph at the beginning of this. I should have the picture of this on the box art on the frame, and a picture of the one that's in the museum in the same frame. So there you go. There's the PE plastic parts. See, nice and clear. Nice, straight and square. I can mask that easy. And we've got a figure, and I may do that for this one. There he is. He's up there. All the parts there. They're really nicely moulded. Really so. As you can see, all the parts are well moulded. Here's the wheels now. I think that's what the problem was. Where all the wheels butts. But there you go. And these are the tracks. There they are. I don't think anyone's come out with a metal one, but to be honest, for the size of this kit, I don't think it's going to be needed. I'll just use everything. It's going to be an out of the box build basically, because it's got quite a lot of detail. You see how small the wheels are? There's the idler wheels. I believe they're idler wheels at the back. Yeah, so quite small. A bit small. Not too bad then. It's very too many parts, but it's going to take the fiddly bits will be that bit, the old wheel. So that's that bit over there. I will run through the instructions. Sorry about that. I just knocked the bits. Put that in the box quickly out of the way. Over there, you can see the bottom of it, and the instructions. The instruction. I'll put it out of sight. Actually, instructions are actually very, very big. And so I'm going to come in a bit further. Very big, and there's not much room on the desk. Anyway, there we go. So I'll keep going the wrong way, don't I? No, that's the wrong way. So I'm going to get that over there and then see if I can get it right. Here we go. So you've got a nice bit of history there. I haven't read it much, but if you want to, in fact, I'll do that. I'll go in nearer so you can actually freeze the frame if you want. There you go. Freeze the frame. And that's all in the frame. Yep, good. So you can actually read that. If you freeze this now, I'm going to take my fingers out of the way. If you freeze that now, and then that's okay. Right, so that's a split. I'm going to read that later. As I said, there's one at Bompton Tank Museum, and I've got a lovely photograph of it. And usual thing, colours. Bit of colours and come on, and all the applying decals and removing photo edge and all the usual things, and using super glue because that's what you're going to need. Then over here you've got the actual parts count, which you can see. At the moment he hasn't got a leg to stand on, has he? Anyway, so quite a bit of, there's not many sprues, but there you go. And a bit of line, cable. And then we get to the next first part. Oh yeah, here we go. The first part of the build. So what we're looking at now, I'm looking up the screen, that's alright then. What we're looking at now is building up all these parts. And I think this is where you've got to make sure you get it right. And the next page as well, when you see it in a second. You can see parts of it now anyway, but there you go. But all these parts are going to be made up. and cleaned up. I don't know how, I haven't looked at whether there's any flashing, but I can mention that when I start doing it, which it will be today. Moving over to there, and this is the next, this is part 2, and these are those little idler wheels we was talking about, and I think the idler wheels are at the front, I believe, and it's cogged from the back. Yes, I think it is. I'm not sure because you can't see it, and even on the picture of the boat you can't see it on there, can you, either? So there you go. Right, so put that back there. So this page is building up the actual lower hull again with the actual road wheels and the cogs. We're going to make 2 and 4 sets of these. It runs along. It's going to be small, you know that just by looking at the parts. You'll see me when I'm handling it anyway. And then this is the telltale sign, putting the tracks on, because the good thing is it's on part 3 and 4 after following, so you're actually putting them on straight away. So be interesting to see that, and that's where it goes. You've got 3 around the front, 4 on the back, and then 1 drops in at the bottom, at the rear. And looking at this, the cog is at the front by the looks of it. I think that is the front. We'll soon find out. It does look, I think that is at the front. Soon find out, as I said. Right, next week we go over here. We're building up the inner hull now, all the way around. It's got a radiator but no engine, and to be honest you wouldn't have seen it anyway. There's all the controls. You've got dials, decals for the actual dials there as well. This is the driving compartment area, and I think that's the engine cover as well. So coming over this side again, part of the inside, and we're gradually putting all these bits down on the inside. Quite interesting really. And then we're over this side, and then we're adding seats, 3 at the back and 1 at the front. There is a little bit of room for storage. These were used for transport things. They was used across the Rhine evidently. There's one model I've seen in the instructions, because I did look through this obviously because it was open. I opened it, and there's one we've got first aid, the medical symbols on the corners. Not sure if I'm going to build that one. But if I decide I want a bit of colour, I will do it. But that's going to be decided right near the end when you're painting it as well. So there you go. And I should be painting the lower part, this part here. I'll be painting that before I move on to the other bits, so that basically I can do all the painting of the wheels and the tracks, you know, with this airbrush, and I will use an airbrush this time, and I will be dirtying this up. And I'm even tempted to have a little plinth made up with this, because it's such a small kit, and have it on a what they call it, I don't call it a diorama, vignette, that's it, and do that, and with a crew member in there and a bit of water at one side. That's what I'm thinking about. So there you go. Can't say that's going to happen, but that's what my thinking is. Right, moving on. Now we start going into adding more detail again. As you can see, more stuff going on to the inside. Fire extinguisher there. I don't know what colour that is. A nice brass one with nice, because contrast with the rest of the vehicle, but I won't do that. And your tools. And this, because of the size of the vehicle, I'm going to do what I did and make them up like I did on the 160 M10, which is in my cabinet at the moment, and still hasn't had any weathering done on it, but that's what it will do when I do my next green vehicle, because I think I can actually do 2 at once. Right, here we go then. So coming on to here, a bit more on the insides here. That's the bow, obviously where the driver is, and it's where the water brake is, and it's a bit higher. Looks really good. PE wipers. It's quite a bit of PE for a small kit like this. And then the finishing touch. Coming along, you're putting the front on, and there's a little hatch there. Now the engine is underneath this bit, so that is a storage area, I'm presuming. But it could be the engineering, who knows, and that might be an access point to it. I don't know, you've got that's a radiator at the back, exhaust pipe, because I've got a photo edge bit for that. Anyway, right, as we're going along, we're building up the figure and adding the last bits and pieces. So there you go. So next thing I'm going to come this way now, and what I'll do is I'll come out now so you can actually see the whole of the picture. Whoops, sorry about that. There you go. So this is what we got here, and this is the one I might be building, and this one is in Germany, April 1945. Fuchsberg, I don't know, I might pronounce German pronunciation is most very terrible, but yeah, it's all green. Then we get the one I was talking about, which is this one, which has got the actual first aid stuff. You could actually say it was English because it looks like the English flag, but it is the medical one, and it was used on the Rhine crossing river crossings in Germany in March 1945. So, and then you've got one that's used in the Japanese area, the Pacific, and it says Iwo Jima, March 1945, US Marine Corps. Painted olive drab inside, but they've actually painted the other colours on the outside. Looks nice, it's a colourful one, I must admit. But as I'm mainly doing the European ones at the moment, I'm quite happy with that. Right, so that's that one. And then you've got another one, which is quite good. This one's Korea, 1952. So that's green. It's another nice one. It's got choices, but I do like, I think that one's on the box is the first one, I think. I'm going to go back. Yes, it's funny they haven't got the one that's on the box, because it's quite funny when you read what's on the box cover. It says there, it says here, install drain plugs in the bottom before attempting to float. So they're actually reminding people what to do there. There you go. But they're not, haven't done it on the actual ones in the kit, unless there is one there you can actually put on there. I don't know. Anyway, so I'll put that underneath there. That's what we're going to be doing now, and I'm starting that today. And once I'll do my Sunday build Sunday, and then I'm going to revert back to this on Monday and throughout the week. So that's it. So I'm looking forward to this one. It's another little one, and it's a small thing, as you know. It will go with the Sunday build because they're both amphibious. And all I've got to do now is do the other American one, which is the Jeep version, which I have got, and it's got a lot of P with it, and it's one of the Tamiya ones, and it's another nice looking vehicle, I must admit. Anyway, so right, this is it then. So I'm going to say this is the introduction, and I'll catch you on the next one, next update. Happy modelling.